Hey, what's up, fam? Welcome back to Tommy Bites TV and Live. How are y'all doing today? Listen, it's been a long day, and I know a lot of people don't like for me to jaw jack before I just get to the story, as someone said in my comments. I'm going to get to the story, but I had a hard day, okay? And this story was the last thing that I thought that I would be reporting on. Sadly, I am. Make it bigger than it needs to be, but it is important, and more things like this will be happening. I'm also going to do some tips in here, 10 tips. If you have tips of how you can stay safe when you go shopping, feel free to put them in the comments. People who are watching on replay will probably look back through the comments and see what you have in there. And if you are new to the channel, thank you for being here. My name is Tommy. If you are returning, welcome back. Please hit that like button. It does help get this video out to more people. Share the video, helps get it out to more people, and leaving comments. All that interaction helps. And if you have not turned your notifications on, please turn them on. So we're going to get right into it. Let me just speak to Lisa, Teresa, Cindy, Martin, Jamie. Thank y'all for coming in. Now I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and I'm going to first send prayers out to these families, to the victims, to the people who are going to experience some PTSD for a while. So, panicked Arkansas grocery store shoppers hid in freezer and ran for cover amid shooting that killed 3 and wounded 10. This happened today, you guys. So this is definitely some breaking news. I am going to play that video. I'm going to read the article first. That way, if they tell me I can't keep the video up, you'll at least know what this video I'm doing is about. So families were shopping at a local grocery store in a small Arkansas town on Friday when the sound of gunfire door sending them running for cover or huddling in a freezer. So this happened on Friday, not today. My apologies. Katrina Dothry said she had been shopping for dinner with her 18-year-old daughter and 4-year-old son. First, she thought she heard the sound of something falling, but then saw glass shatter and someone dropped to the ground. Then, when she knew shots were being fired outside, David Rodriguez has said he was pulling into the gas station when he heard the pops, that he initially thought they were fireworks. He then noticed the grocery store's front windows were broken, as if they were or had been shot by open fire. Panicked shoppers then started running away as gunshots were fired rapidly. A man had opened fire at the Mad Butcher, what a name, in 40s, killing 3 people, wounding 10 others. Law enforcement responded around 11:30 a.m. and exchanged gunfire with the lone suspect. Cell phone video captured a man in the parking lot aiming a long gun and firing multiple directions. The man and others in the store hid in a freezer. Dothry daughter and son, who were in different aisles at the time, were reunited with their mother in the back of the store and followed 2 store workers into the freezer. The 39-year-old mother said she heard about 9 or 10 rounds before making it into the icy shelter. We ran in there really fast. We still heard gunshots keep going off. It was like slow motion. My daughter was like, "Mama, pinch me. This can't be real." And I was like, "Baby, it is real." From outside, Rodriguez, excuse me, I'm messing up names, heard sirens and watched as ambulances and police arrived at the scene. Doherty couldn't hear what was happening outside, and when they tried to call 911, there was no service. The group stayed inside, enduring the freezing cold in panic mode, with some praying and others crying. Her son started to cry. But we finally got him calmed down because I didn't want the shooter to hear. So remember, she had a 4-year-old. We were just sitting there and praying. I was in panic mode. My son about froze to death. We tried to get him quiet, but he was saying he wanted his daddy. It felt like we were in there forever. We were in there maybe 15 minutes. I was asking the Lord to protect over everybody. I was just praying. The other lady, she was praying. She was crying. At one point, one of the workers opened the freezer door and saw someone dead right outside of it. I'm reading this with you guys. I haven't read it beforehand. The door remained shut until one of the store workers heard police outside, and they were then escorted out of the store. Once she was out of the store, Doherty reunited with her 15-year-old twin daughters, who were waiting outside in a car during the shooting and ducked down when they heard the gunshots. The country has seen a spat of shootings in the past few weeks, with 21 mass shootings recorded by the Gun Violence Archive since last Friday's shooting. Michigan splash pad shot up. A Texas Juneteenth celebration shot up, and someone died. 2 people died during that. And Massachusetts car meetup, among other locations, have all experienced mass shootings. They are among at least 234 mass shootings have taken place in the United States in 2024. Matthew Gill, the meat manager at the Mad Butcher, told CNN a man came into the store with a shotgun and ended up in a shootout with police. 2 police officers were wounded in the gunfire. The suspected shooter, identified by authorities as 44-year-old Travis Eugene Posey, was also wounded and taken into custody. Posey, a resident of New Edinburgh, is expected to be charged with 3 counts of capital murder, with additional charges pending. So they say they're going to try to get some counseling and everything set up at the moment for, everyone, the police, of course, and the customers and the victims and the families of the victims. They're going to need it, you guys. So where people tend to pick up in doing this type of stuff. And I say that because they know the first thing people are going to think is, well, they're going to question, were those fireworks or were those gunshots? But by the time you realize, it could be something way worse.
At about 12:30 Eastern, so just this afternoon, at Mad Butcher grocery store, so a small local grocery store where we are told 9 people were shot, civilians. 2 of them, sadly, have lost their lives. We also know that 1 law enforcement officer was also shot in this chaos, but we are hearing that they have non-life-threatening injuries. The shooter has been critically injured, we are told again by Arkansas State Police, after being shot by a law enforcement officer. They have been taken into custody.
So let me see what some of you guys are saying. And then we're going to go over 10 tips that you can stay safe that I came up with. If you have more, please put them in the comments for other people to see. Let me go back up. Adele. Yes, I covered that, Adele. I did a story on that already about the flesh-eating disease. Keep a can of mace in your car or purse. Okay. I have that on my list. Upon entering a store, be aware of the exits. Have that on my list. Me and you right here. We right here. Summer months, many of us are out and about. The dark spirits know this. Yeah. For the first time in my life, I actually booked a campground. I booked a campground. I'm so excited, but nervous at the same time to go. And my husband is going with me. It's gonna be for his birthday. Honestly, I'm surprised he even said yeah, because I was gonna go anyway, but I wanted to know if he wanted to go, and he actually said yeah, he wanted to go. So that's what we're gonna do for his birthday. He thought I was saying at a cabin. I said I got to get a tent. He was like, I got a tent. Wait a minute, there's no cabin. I'm like, no, it's gonna be a tent, but it's gonna be more glamped out. It's not gonna be rough. I started to do a story the other day, Zefsha. It was about a transgender person, and well, they recognize themselves as she now. So she, unalived her mom and her dad, who were like 69 and 70 years old, and said she would do it again. I hate them. It's like where no one has empathy anymore. It's all about your feelings and your emotions, and you're going to act on it. She even tried to unalive her brother. Luckily, she did not. But I'm like, geez. I had a totally different video for today. It was a light video. It was a light video. I don't know if I'm going to put it out later or just wait till tomorrow and put it out for real. Okay, so these are not in any particular order, but I have these on here. Have something available in your hand or your pocket. Hold on, somebody about to come in my room. In the middle of a live.
Can I take my pills?
Yeah, they're over there. Take them in the kitchen. Just leave them on the counter. Always happens. It always happens. Okay, so have them where you can get to it, whether it's in your pocket or in your hand. It could be your keys, you know what I'm saying, or it could be mace, whatever you have. Just keep it available. Put it on your keychain or whatever. Let someone know where you are. Not say you gotta let somebody know where you are 24/7, but if you know that it's, right now, I guess it doesn't even depend the time of day. I was gonna say kind of in the evening, but if you're gonna be going to multiple stores, find that one person that you could just shoot a text to. Hey, I'm about to go in this store, or I'm about to go in, this store, because you never know. If you come up missing or something takes place, they know, well, okay, my mom was over there, or my dad was over there, whatever. They know where to look. So number 3, pay attention to your surroundings when you are parking your car, like before you get out, even when you're parking your car, make sure you're paying attention to your surroundings. If you see that there is a van or a truck that looks sketchy or whatever, do not park near that particular one. And when you come out of the store, if you see that sketchy vehicle has parked next to you that wasn't there, turn back around and go into the store. Now, speaking of going into the store, when you go into the store, like someone else said, know your exits. Every store has an exit. Okay. Know where it is when you're going into that store. And even when you think about, like, if you go into the mall, because a lot of these things happen in the malls too, they do have a way out or a back room or something where you cannot be out there where that person is. So just know where that is. You have to know these things. I don't fly, but I watch a lot of movies, so I know that they are telling you before the plane even take off, your exits are here and whatever. And I've been on a cruise, and they sure tell us, where the exits are, where we need to go if something takes place. Number 5 is don't get distracted with your phone. I'm good for that. But I'm always listening. I hear so many different conversations in the store. It's ridiculous. But don't get distracted with your phone. When I'm not recording for a video, and even when I'm recording for a video, I kind of look around before I start recording, because 1, I don't want to get caught, and 2, I just want to see what's going on. But don't get distracted by your phone. And if you have kids with you, try not to get distracted with them either. I know it's difficult. Number 6, listen for conversations, like I said before, that sound like it's escalating. Like, a little argument, people argue in the store or whatever. Well, I don't want to get this, not out. But if you hear something that sounds like it's escalating, you need to be planning your exit strategy at that point. Okay, I just did that one. So I did 6 and 7 together. Oh, I mislabeled these. The next one I have is, if you hear that loud crash, like she heard the glass breaking and stuff like that, and then she heard the pops, and I think she thought it was fireworks. Well, the guy thought it was fireworks when he was outside. So it's around that time. 4th of July is right around the corner. You're going to hear those things. If you hear that, try to decipher that real quick, because it could save your life. Pay attention to those things. And then I have, listen to your gut, listen to your women's intuition, listen to your spidey senses, listen to that small, soft voice. That might be God telling you that you need to get out of there. Just try to pay attention as much as possible. It's not going to stop the situation from happening. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Think to yourself, what will you do if this happened? Now, 9 times out of 10, it won't play out how you thought about it, because you've never been in that situation. But it's good to have that. No different than, okay, what would I do if a storm come? Where would I go? How would my family know where I'm at? Like, she was in the freezer, but her girls were in the car. And while she was worried about her 18-year-old and her 4-year-old son that was with her, she was also worried about her twins that were in the car. Because what if they weren't paying attention, which they were, thank goodness. But what if they weren't paying attention? Because sometimes I have left my daughter in the car because she didn't want to go in the store with me. Mind you, she's 18 years old, so she's not a little child. And then next thing I know, I look up and she's in the store. You see what I'm saying? So it's a good thing that they were paying attention, did say, well, I'm going to go in there because mama taking too long. That's usually the case with my daughter when she comes in the store. I thought you said you was coming right back out. You in here recording a video. But I want y'all to stay safe. I pray for these families. Stuff like this really, really does get to me. Thank you, Martin. I appreciate that. Yeah, he's out there driving now. I'm trying to give him something. Like when he comes home, he's still be working. There'd be stuff around here that need to be done too. So I'm like, you know what? Even though I know I want to do camping and stuff like that, and I was going to definitely do it by myself if he wasn't going to do it. But I said, you know what? I'm going to book it around his birthday weekend anyway. If he go, he go. If he don't, he don't. But this is for him so that he does not have to come home and say, oh, I got to do this and do that. Just a relaxing moment, because driving trucks right now is really, really stressful. These loads ain't doing what they used to do, So y'all take care, stay safe. Yes, the intuition is so important, no matter how underwhelming it is. Yeah, you may, push it off. We do that all the time. Oh, that ain't nothing, and then it turns out to actually be something. So I'd rather be safe than to be sorry, and especially for my family to be sorry that, they no longer have me or whoever it is. So y'all take care, stay safe. I don't know if I'll put the other video out today. I may just wait until tomorrow. But I am about to go to the store. So I am glad I saw this, because this will put me on more of an alert and make me go down to my pantry downstairs and get my I have the pepper gel. The gel, they say, is even better, even though bear spray is better than whatever, but they say that the gel is better than just a regular pepper spray because it's gel. You ever tried to get gel off of something? So thank you. Well, we definitely gonna be fishing that weekend, but that's not until August. His birthday is in August. Um, I do want to do something in July before my son leave in August. Well, my daughter leave on the 13th, but they leave in different times, and I want me and him need to go fishing because I haven't gone fishing yet. It's just been so much going on. But thank y'all for watching. If you haven't hit the like, please hit the like. Definitely share this video out with other people so they'll know what's happening. And so it'll support the channel. So, and it'll encourage me to keep doing these stories because sometimes I do stories and they don't do really well. I'll be like, I don't know, maybe people don't want to see no more stories. So maybe I should just do something else. But so y'all, thank you for being here. I love you guys, but God loves you more. He created only one you. Be the very best you that you can be. And when you are, go out and spread God's love. Why? Because God is love. He will want you to spread love. But first, you need to love yourself. And I think that's what's wrong with a lot of people. They don't love themselves enough or know how to love themselves. Maybe they've been broken down in childhood or whatever. But love yourself so you can go out and spread God's love. So you'll know how to receive love in order to give love. So y'all take care. I'll call you. Turn your notifications on.